my name is Mike Harris. I'm a software engineer and I've been doing it for quite a long time, more than I can recall, probably 25 years. They've perfected things have got smoother, there's more people coming, I think. That's a big part of it. There are more, if I remember correctly, I think there are slightly more tracks than there were originally. I think we didn't have the bonus track. And yeah, that's really it. It's developed, they've just made it such a smooth operation, really, I think. So on a day-to-day basis, I run a small software engineering team and I try and deliver value to the customer on this team. I'm also try and do a little bit, I'm not a particularly great coach, but I try and do a bit of coaching to try and get the members of the team to adopt some of the Agile XP practices that I think we ought to be doing to deliver the software. Also work with people like the product owner to define the work we're going to do. Absolutely, yeah, without question. But also meetups and just in general meeting people, talking to them, finding out common interests, what motivates them. I think it's all really good stuff. And I think one of the things I really like about Agile on the beach especially is there's quite a lot of space between the different talks and workshops. So they're not too long and there's a nice amount of space. Like we've now got a half-hour break, I believe, which is really nice. I mean, that gives you a chance to chill out, think about what you've seen, chat to other people, meet them, that kind of thing. I think that spacing thing I talked about just now, I think the pace of it, it's mellow. There's space to socialise. There's a lot around socialising, I think, and networking. It's slightly unconference in that way of saying, you know, there's the beach party, there's the boat party if you stay on, and there was something on Wednesday night as well. So I think I like that. That makes it quite different from other conferences. It's nice to come down to Cornwall, see something different part of the country. It's not in a big city. Yeah, and have that sort of Cornish twist on the whole thing. Slightly slower pace and slightly less frantic than it can be up north. By up north, I mean north of Exeter, obviously. So. Truro's north, yeah. Okay, well, another thing I like about the conference, which is important to me and I'd like to add, is really, I like the tracks. I like how there's a mix of some people talking really techie stuff and some people talking business and product, finance, team building. I think that's really good because it gives an opportunity to, I like going to see working as a software engineer at the moment, I like to go and hear a thing about what's the finance director's point of view on all of this and how can we engage. That's a really good thing. So I'd like to add that. So I think it's really worth coming, and it's really worth, if you can, come and get different members of your organisation, get your BA to come, get your PO to come, get someone in finance to come if you can, so you can get the spread of understanding, and I think that's important. How did I start? I went to university and I studied computer science, and started there and learnt that. And I went into like the web as well, and software development for the web and everything, sort of 90s, 2000s, and I'd heard bits about sort of Agile and that kind of thing. I think I was a late developer. I mean, I might have been a late developer in more ways than one, but I think I was a late developer with Agile. Like, it took me a while. I suppose I was doing some of it and some of it I wasn't. I was always frustrated, so it was really interesting to hear about it and read about what people are doing. And it was a chance encounter with a friend that I hadn't seen for a while that made me do that. Actually, and I find this talking to people, it's quite hard to get. So many people haven't read anything about Kent Beck or Robert C. Martin or Martin Fowler or Michael Feathers or any of these famous books that people here are like, yes, that's kind of like a Bible to me. People haven't heard it. And it's making that transition and getting that connection out there. And I think some people really jump on the band on that and think, yeah, this is what I should be doing. And some people don't. So that's it. So really, and I find it It's really good. It's really good stuff. It's how we should be doing things. It really is. It's quite difficult to change a very large organisation as a sort of middle developer in it. So, but having been to like Anna's talk about leadership and power, I need to go back and become more powerful